Hello.
There's a brush right there. Goes well with your outfit, though. There we go.
Oh, the brush.
Well, a very happy Thursday to all of y'all. Let me turn that off. It's been turned a little bit. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together we are PM Artist
Studio.
We're going to have like a full-on, she hasn't told me what we're talking about. I'm very excited. She's like, we need to have one of those conversations. So I'm very exciting.
Serendipitous impromptu.
Yes, serendipitous impromptu. Okay, I got to turn to live chat. For all of you that are coming in, or those of you that have arrived and you just may have forgotten to give those thumbsy upsies, this is the opportune time. There we go. For your opportunity to give us some love. We love your love.
We love your love.
Any of you watching the replay, we also appreciate those thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That is the #1 freest way to give us your support. And supposedly it doesn't really, I don't know what it does, but, it helps. We know that.
There we
as
go.
far as we know. Let's see. Let's do some hellos to everyone. Those participants, be sure to say hello in the chat, because otherwise I do not know that you are here. Lurk away if you would like. We have no problems with that, but do say hello if you want us to say hello back. That's the only way I know that you're here. We have Angela, Ann, Heather, Barbara, Brad, Carol, Carrie, Colleen, Darcy, Deb, Judy P, Huta, Kathy, L.A. Beeler, that's Laura, Liz, Mary Ann, Maxine, Nisi, Panka, Rennie, Sandra Tate, Stitching Art, that's Paula, and then we have the Messy Palette, that is Diane. We have YouTube exercise, we don't know, I haven't read the chat. Hopefully, please do let me know your name so we can call that out. And those of you that are kind of coming in, I think Kathy, Joni, Jacqueline, oh, I saw you earlier, and Kathy Arbors, she was doing her Akua ink thing, and Deb C, and we've got Colleen. All right, I think I got everybody, because I know a couple more kind of popped in there. I may have said a couple people twice, but oh, Fiber Goddess. Hey, Constance. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, Shannon Green. Woohoo. Look at you, girl. We love your box. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yes, I do.
I think you kind of gave away your project a little early. That's okay. We don't mind that.
We don't care.
We don't mind that. Your box is beautiful.
I'm gonna.
Hey, Maggie. She's like, P said to me, she goes, did you see Shannon's box? I was like, yeah, I did. That's impressive. All right. How are we doing? I don't know. All right, YouTube exercise. We want to know your name. Inquiring minds do want to know. Okay. Hey, Penny. So glad you guys are coming in here. Hey, Ann Lover. You weren't there when I said hello. All right. So maybe a couple announcements. Remember, we're still in September, early September. You have plenty of time to enter the $100 giveaway. Nightbot will be dropping some of those links not only to the giveaway, but then to the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. That's our Facebook group. Many of these lovely, lovely folks that you see here in the chat will also be ones that you see their lovely art being displayed and participating along, side all of our YouTubers, like with the collab things, or just dropping their art in because they're arty and awesome, because we love you guys. We think you are arty and awesome. That's going on. We still have another week, because I know my YouTubers were like, I think they were thinking it was going to be this week, but it's not, because there was sort of a holiday in there, and I usually try to push it back a little further. So the hop will be on the 24th. Thank goodness, because I have my stuff, and I have some ideas, and I have some new ideas, and then my ideas keep changing. I need to get up here and, get her done. But that's been kind of hard. We've been getting orders coming in, which is also fantastic, but, does eat into the party time.
Yes.
Hanging out with Pete. She said she was lonely and missing me. I've also been watching more TV than I normally do. I don't know, I just haven't been feeling, super arty. I don't know what that's about.
I don't either.
Yeah. Just kind of one of those things. Alright, everybody's in there. Hello's awesome. Oh, Huta says we are looking spiffy today. I got my pink on. I love wearing my pink.
Oh, and I need to talk about.
Oh, yes, Martha's thing. Is Martha here again? Did I say
Is Martha here?
Well, she'll watch it. She'll be here either, a little later or whatever.
Well, remember she hooked me up with this stuff.
Yeah. But
This. And this is actually the back side. And I took an earring, which I don't really wear much, and put it on here, on this side. And the little clasp that she sent that was ostensibly to be used with my twig project, or sticks, as the case may be, I didn't need it on that, so I used it here. And I used the little jump rings that she sent. And then I added, if I can turn it around here.
I'm very proud of you, Diane.
I added this little dangle here, which is an earring that it was a uni.
So yeah, this is one of the other pieces that Martha had sent.
Isn't it
She
adorable?
hooked you up. I'll tell you what.
I mean-
Carrie, in 2023, the Makers Creative Collab will be every other month. I'm thinking that more time will allow me to have more of my process, and I might be able to make bigger things.
Bigger thing.
Bigger things. You know,
You know.
other than just my hair getting bigger.
Yeah.
It is. It's growing. And it's getting mighty fluffy.
I know. I told her we were both kind of fluffy today. Because I didn't, well, I didn't have time to really mess about with my hair a whole lot because I was really busy.
Oh, I
thoughting.
need to, they want pictures of the pieces. So now that she's kind of shown them and worn them, well, actually her stick thing, the other one, her other necklace deal.
That's for my
Yeah,
project.
but yes, I will post those at a certain time.
Absolutely.
And then she's going to have her own pictures because she told me mine were too Instagrammy.
I don't like that slanty business.
She doesn't. Remember, she has things about diagonals. Even at a, you know.
I just think everything's kind of going,
She has everything like, you know.
I mean, I didn't like some of Cezanne's paintings because I always felt like all the
Slime.
fruit was sliding off on the floor.
Somebody catch that.
God, it just bothers me.
This is how I feel like with, you know, watching certain YouTubers and their camera, and I'm like, I can't. I'm falling off the table. I have just dread.
And that's all you can think about. Once you
I'm a little
wreck-
obsessed
yeah.
about it. Yeah, and that's on me. That ain't you. That's all me. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. I picked things like Texans. That's funny. I like that. That's funny. Hey, Rachel.
Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
All right. Did Nesta tell me her name? Because now she says
hey, is my book over there?
Which book?
The Van Gogh's ear. It's right over there on top of the bracelets.
Yeah,
Yeah, can you hand me that?
I can.
Because I really needed to have that right here with me because
don't
that's the word that I took this with me yesterday because Van had
He's
so-
getting checked out.
yeah, he's getting checked
let's
out.
not
We don't
go
want
into
to
the
talk
details
about it.
all that.
But yeah. So I
That's
took
his business.
my book and I mean I made quite a dent in it. And
Well-
I just have to rest my eyes every now and then.
Didn't you? You started that though the other day when you went to your checkup.
No, I
No?
forgot to take it. That's
Oh,
when I
okay.
worked on my Tuesday thoughts.
Thursday.
No, that was Tuesday that I went. You remember?
Remember, it's just thoughts every day.
I do.
But mainly we have.
They
the-
just come, you know.
Do I need to go topside or are we
I
good?
don't know.
Just,
I thought,
did you mark the page?
well, I wrote down the number of the page, but I'm not finding the word there. Wanted to read it in the sentence.
Oh.
No, I said page 7. Aha, yes.
Ah. This
I-
was the
I
book
did.
that Judy gave her.
This is the book that Judy gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a lovely, lovely bookmark. Bless her heart, she signed her name. I'm so proud of her.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Carla.
Okay, so our word today is
Hey, Devin.
niggle.
Niggle.
L-E. Okay, I'm going to read the sentence because I had to look it up when I got home.
So that was her word. She's like, if I have to look it up, that's an interesting word.
Yes.
So well, let's find out what it means.
Okay,
First.
it says, but the more I delved, the more these inconsistencies begin to niggle me. For example, okay, and she goes on to talk about what it was exactly that was bothering her.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, that's not only is it a wonderful word because it's coming from this cool book, which I am really enjoying, and I wish my eyes would not tire so easily, and I used to finish books in a night. I just read until it was
That's
finished.
why your eyeballs hurt.
It's probably, why. And when I really started noticing that I needed glasses was when I was reading and everything just kind of steadily started feeling like it was getting farther away, and I was having to bring the book in. Yeah. I'm like, oh, maybe time to visit.
Brad keeps showing me things, and I'm like, whoa, move that back a little. I don't need that right here. Things need to be about out here.
My dad finally got glasses when he couldn't sign his checks because his arm wasn't long enough. I always thought that was funny.
Yeah, I think I'm getting there.
All right, well, I think we should start with the etymology of the word, because it was first attested in 1599. The origins are uncertain, but likely borrowed from dialectical Norwegian, which I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Now, the British usage of the word is slightly different than, and we know about that because when I
Googled it, it came up and said that it was maybe a little more slang-like.
Well, it's just said a trifling doubt, objection, or complaint. Modern usage is to give excessive attention to minor details, which I thought that was interesting. I don't really, I'm not buying with that one. I'm going with this one right here, which says, cause slight but persistent annoyance, discomfort, or anxiety. I think that's my favorite.
Hey, Dodie. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes.
And I think that's how it's used in the book.
And I think that is definitely how it was something that's just kind of in the back of your mind, just kind of gnawing away at you, and you're going, yeah, okay, yes, all right. So that's the word for today. That's the word for today, and I think it's very.
Oh, and Diane, 'cause she's in Australia, so she suggests we use Niggle as the little annoying voice that tells you something is up.
Yes.
Yes.
But sometimes I have that voice when I'm looking at it, and I will say, I'm going to put it aside because I don't know what to do. But it's just, it's not done, but you still don't know exactly what it is. There's just that little niggling bit of doubt there that's like, okay, there's something, but I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it may or may not come right away. A lot of stuff I have boxes of niggling doubts. Okay.
That's how I feel about things that need to be cleaned. A lot of that.
You have anything else to say about that, Mara?
It all comes around to that.
Okay, and then I was on Facebook this morning, just not very much because I knew I had to prepare my piles
Properly.
Patricia. And they're never properly prepared, really, actually. They're just sort of, and I told Mariah, I said, we're going to be very serendipitous today, and we're just going to see what evolves.
I like this. I'm very excited.
Okay, and then I found this quote, and it was a post from Laura McGinn. McGuire. I thought it was McGinn.
You're terrible.
I'm terrible.
Did you write it down?
I didn't. But Laura, I got your first name right. I'm sure about that. She wrote this down, and it was under #perspective.
So you can find it in Makers.
You can find it in Makers. And the quote was, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Oh, and that's a quote by Wayne Dyer.
And then you put that on Judy P's tomatoes because, she had a different... that's very clever of you.
I thought it was extremely clever of me. It's just in how you look at it. And once you change your perspective, you change your impression of it, or your impression of it changes, then other things maybe surrounding it change.
What it even just popped into my head on that is, and I think somebody just posted, it might have even been you. So when people do like kind of the trash art or the piles of things, but then the shadows of it actually create something. But then depending on which way you turn, it may or may not still. And some of them even have multiple, like depending on which way you go.
Yes.
But I just, that is all about changing your perspective and what you see, not only in the obvious, the thing that the pile of what seems to be trash, and then, oh wait, a light, you put some light on it, and then on the wall it has actually a whole different perspective.
I so respond to that because I remember Mariah and I discussing this when we were doing photographs. The difference between a good and a bad photograph is a foot. To the right, to the left, up or down. Because just that little slice of something can make or break that photograph. By editing out something or including something, you have changed the entire shot from one that's just meh to something that's wow. And it works for all kinds of things. Yeah. Editing things.
Oh, here, you have to show your necklace real quick because Martha's popping in and then she's going to Zumba, I think.
She's going to who?
Zumba. That's hard. It's kind of like a, dance.
Check it out.
Yeah. She has it on the backside now. It's,
Yeah, I'll have it on the backside because the backside went with what I was wearing today better than the front side. But I will turn it around and we're going to take multiple view pictures of it and
not so
post
Instagrammy.
It. Yes, not so slanted, so that you can actually see what it is rather than kind of wondering.
But again, it depends on your perspective.
I'm going to put a quarter down in there.
It kind of depends on how you look at things. This
Very
is perfect
true.
for this conversation.
Oh, here I wrote it down, Laura McGinn,
There you go.
and I think it's a U-I-N. I put G-I-N-N in a post by Laura
There you
McGinn. Okay, well, Wayne Dyer, if you don't know who Wayne Dyer is, you need to check this dude out because he has a lot of really good information about life things. Yeah, okay.
Love some information about life things.
Doesn't everyone?
Yes.
I mean, that kind of includes everything. It's like, everybody looks good in pink. Okay. I wrote down, and I don't know if you all are familiar with this. Mightn't I?
Mightn't I? She says this.
So I looked it up. It's colloquial, old-fashioned. It means very close to or almost. And I think it's lovely. I like language, and I think when language talks to you beyond what the words are, that's when the richness of it all melds and comes together.
It's the artistic use of language.
Artistic,
and I love.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this gets me excited. See, this is like really one of our conversations.
This is just how we do it.
Pardon us, because it may go in some weird places, but my mom and my dad used to teach a summer school, and part of it was that all of the different classes that you took during that time, they interacted with one another, or there was this whole language piece to the art, to the math, to the all of it, because then you have a complete creative thinking, thought process, the problem solving, all of it. It isn't just art. It isn't just math. It isn't just science. It isn't just anything. Because you think about even the paints and the things that we mix and the products, and this is why I get so nerdy about thinking about not only paint as a color, but then paint as a substance. Like, how is it going to interact and react, and what all of these different things. So it isn't just.
It isn't, and I think that we do disservice to the way we teach things.
Yeah.
And it's just like now, doctors are so specialized that you can't talk to them about your holistic body. They want to know what's wrong with your ear, or your knee, or your toe.
I can't talk to you about that. Go talk to this other person.
But I have to send you somewhere else.
I think it might be connected. It certainly is in my body. I feel like it's all kind of,
I just give me a plain old doctor, a DO. That's who I want.
A DO?
I want doctor of, I don't know what it is.
Of it all.
Of it all. We used to have one in
they say that's your primary. And he kind of, then he sends you out to the different specialists of whatever. But I don't know.
Well, I don't like doctors anyway, but that really pretty much
Yeah.
cinches it for me. You know,
Yes.
when they start sending me on to somebody else, I'm like, well, you know,
Uh-huh.
I just, yeah. Anyway, might not drives me crazy.
Just is a negative word in every area except fairness.
What?
Diane says just, like, you know, J-U-S-T. Just is a negative word in every area except for fairness.
I'm
Just thinking
thinking
about
about that. That might have to go on to something in Tuesday. I'm writing that down right now.
She
Because
likes
God
that.
knows that I
It's kind of like the, you know, ASS is assume. I think there's something kind of
okay,
fun
just,
to play with there, too.
Just is,
Such a negative word in every area except for fairness. That will be, I like that. Thank you, Diane. Oh, that's wonderful too. Candy says, I always thought of good poetry as painting with words.
and
Agreed.
I was just watching something else about the interconnectedness, and I like that. I like that because I think everything is connected. I think the way you fix your food can be artistic. I think the way that you get up and, well, obviously I dress with art concepts in mind. You know, what am I repeating? What do I need? Do I need another necklace? I never say take one away because that's never, if it's on, it stays. I just might put another one on. But that whole mental attitude towards life, when I go out and I look at things, and this is the other thing we were talking about, you know, recycling things. In order to be able to recycle something in a new and unique way, you have to be able to consider properties other than those that are just there in that object as
Right.
it is. You have to take yourself, you have to have a vision of what it might become. And I think that's where we need to be. And it always kind of irked me when people would make fun of, they call them redneck solutions, like using a pitchfork to cook hot dogs over a bonfire. I think that, I mean, come on, it might be a little, I don't know, you can go out and buy those little fancy sticks that they have that you can hold, but I mean, if you already have a pitchfork, I mean, do we have a pitchfork?
No.
I used to have one, but I think I left it. Or I sent it to Colorado with my sister when I moved to
Probably
Alaska.
a funny joke in there, like I have this idea of like where we left the pitchfork, or you know.
Well, you know,
We put down our pitchfork years ago. It's such a different life.
I used to use one quite frequently because we would
To make hot dogs.
clean out the. No, I don't think we use the same.
Oh, Gretchen.
You know, pitchforking manure. But you know, all you got to do is just put it in the fire for a little while, and it's sterilized.
Oh, Anne says one of her least favorite phrases or excuses is, "That is just the way I am."
Oh, doesn't
yeah.
that just make you want to hurl something at the person or puke? You know, both of those. Yeah, yeah, you know, or
Perhaps.
somebody that says, you know, well, in reference to art, well, I just know what I like.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, and then there was a couple of other. Oh, so then Barbara says, "Just is a minimalizer. It sets it like, yeah."
Well, it's somebody, another word that I think that has connotations, and I try not to use it very much because once you're aware of it, is but.
Yeah.
I love everything about this but.
Because you only hear that.
Yeah, everything that follows is poop.
Yeah, yeah. And then Jacqueline says, dissolving boundaries between subject matter, an integrated curriculum, or an interdisciplinary approach to teaching.
You know, we know that's the way children learn, but that's not the way it's structured in our present educational system. The school that I did my student teaching at was Isles Elementary in Lubbock, Texas, and it used this concept. But they also, you can't just throw something at teachers and then all of a sudden expect things to happen. You have to build in appropriate times where they can get together. And this is why it all falls apart, is because you never ever have that built-in time. The administrators do not see that as something that's needed. And that's why it never goes anywhere.
Yeah. And then Gretchen's is one of her least favorite things is I've always done it like this, which is,
That's another one. Yeah. Yeah.
That makes
God forbid that I would.
Yeah, we came at this from a different way. And I tell Brad all the time, he's like, well, that's not the way that I do it. I'm like, well, that's perfectly okay. There are more than one way. Like, your way is not the set in stone. There are more than one ways to come at this.
That's what Carmichael used to say.
As long
There's
as
more
we
than
end up
one way
with-
to go to town.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, well, yours isn't efficient. And I said, well, not for me. It's fantastic because it's the way that I'm doing it, and I like it.
It works.
Yes.
And, it's just, I think we all get in our little, and I like it when people kind of shake me up and say, call me out. I think that's a good thing. That is a good thing.
Gayla's here.
Gayla's here. Oh, I can always count on Gayla.
Well, and then I love it. Hoota says, the tines are probably too fat, but it's good for Smokies. The pitchfork.
Oh, the pitchfork.
Anne says that we should probably check Izzy's room through that. She would totally be into a pitchfork, I think. And then Kayla says, surprisingly, I'm cooking hot dogs on a pitchfork right now.
Oh, bless your heart. And I meant that in
pictures of
the truest sense of the word.
Yeah, we would
That was an inclusive,
Yes.
not,
Yeah.
oh my God, you're stupid. That was I love
Just
it.
to clarify.
Yes. Because we had that little discussion the other day. Bless my heart was kind of a condescending way of saying,
Right.
I'm so happy that you can chew gum and walk. That was not how I meant that at all.
She meant it in a
That was
good
very
way.
genuine.
Yeah.
Genuine. Okay.
We're going to go on for another minute about that.
All right. Well, I still have a few more things to talk about
Okay,
here.
I love this.
Okay, problem solving. And remember, one of the steps in problem solving, if you went through all the steps, you got down to the bottom and it said, and nah, that didn't work. Okay, well, maybe you need to rephrase your problem. And this is if you look at things and you change one little thing, what else then starts changing? Take one thing away, add one thing, all of a sudden it's different. And I think that when we are approaching life and the decisions that we're making and everything, and sometimes we kind of get lost in that.
Wait, here, so I don't think, it's not about banning. Because Paula says, how about but? It's just, wrinkly, stupid fodder, and all the words that we ban it makers. It's not that we ban it.
No.
It's that you should understand the word and use it properly. Or come at something, if you are continuing to use words in a negative way, maybe readjust your position, your look, your view,
Your attitude.
to
Towards.
then say, all right, I need a different word. I need to come at this in a more positive manner. That's really, because I don't, the whole banning of anything is sort of irritating to me on many levels. But coming at things in a way that you have the right approach to it and you understand what it means.
And I think that also,
And when it's appropriate.
also what I find offensive, you may not. And that's fine.
Ah, there we go. Yes, so she says retract ban. Do not subscribe to. Yes.
Yes,
Exactly.
I like that much better. Because the connotations of a word are absolutely, we talked about, and it's so interesting because we were watching this program. I was watching it with Mariah last night, and it's Hillary and her daughter, and what it's called?
Gutsy. It's a great show.
It is a great show. And
I mean, we're really connecting on it on the mother-daughter thing. I mean, it's really cool.
yeah. Well, I really enjoyed the episode.
She wouldn't like all of them.
I kind of left in the middle of one of them because,
She gets
yeah.
It's a lot of-
It wasn't hitting any of my,
feelies.
yeah.
Which, basically it was too much feely and she's done.
I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm
like,
going to go find
I'm just
something else.
sobbing and like, oh my God, I love this. This is just people in the world, Mom. Daughter.
But
Thanks.
and I wished I could remember the sentence because her daughter, God, it just Chelsea used the word fodder.
Yes.
And it was in a sense of something that is consumed. And I think
And
that,
in the negative connotation, which it is meant to be, that, you know, it's disposable.
yeah, because if you know, and it's the whole idea of fodder, I think is something that the horse eats. Or the one that I used is, it has
yeah.
such emotional attachments to that word that I can't get past using it in a very flippant, casual way. I just can't. And that's my problem. It's not, I'm not giving it to you. I'm telling you where I'm coming from.
That's my perspective.
My perspective. Remember,
And it's all like,
everything here is the world
if you
of,
would just adjust yours a little bit. And then I think it's also nice to just step to the side and possibly stand behind somebody and understand theirs for a moment. And then you go, oh, okay.
yeah. That's not, it doesn't mean it has to be the same for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, what one person sees,
Oh, yeah. Diane, we're the same way. Well, and sometimes I poke at her and I use interesting. She says, I used to love the word interesting until I showed my art in a gallery, and then it became a negative. When people had nothing to say nice about it, they would say that it is interesting. And we do that too, because we're like, oh, isn't that interesting?
but sometimes when I
But you
mean
need to know.
interesting, I'm going,
Oh, that
interesting, I'm
is.
thinking about
Yes.
that. That gave me something, that gave me something, a spark there. I'm thinking, I'm not necessarily thinking about what you're doing there, but I'm thinking about how I'm going to use what you did there. And that isn't a negative connotation as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Okay, life, art, and meaning of the universe.
We covered it all, right?
I think we got it. And plus, I have a, I pulled a skin.
She pulled. Yes.
And again, and Eva said this, and she's such a champ at it. She always says, gives credit where she.
Oh, she's hardcore about that, and I love that about her.
I do too, and I know that I don't always do it, and I don't. I'm making
It's not
excuses for
yeah,
myself.
Yeah, you are. But
because I'm
she doesn't
just
mean to.
being lazy, and I don't want to go back but it was so important. Oh, I got a really bad hangnail there.
Squirrel.
Well, I have a little hangnail out here on my are we topside?
No, I can be. Would you like to be? I
Yeah,
probably should be on this now. Okay,
Yeah.
we're good.
Definitely, because I'm getting down to the
There you go.
nitty gritty here. You can see my hangnail. But the reason I
Guys were real curious about that.
had to take this thing off here was because I had this little bumpy, lumpy thing here. Now I only had one; I had two, and I kind of tried to wipe it up. And I thought, well, what am I doing that for? It's ready to pull anyway. And look at that beautiful, metallic color that I've got on there that I always somehow or other just need. I go ahead and
Yeah, obliterate it.
obliterate it. And Eva had a really nice one the other day. And
she used it in a piece of her art, it was such a great composition. Oh,
Yes.
I mean, Eva's a master. I mean,
she
Eva's
is.
legit.
And I think, I think part of this problem is I'm off on this thing with circles, and Freud has, permeated my brain with circles. I'm going to start kind of trying to get some rectangular shapes into more of my composition. And I really feel like that's an important thing to do. And I wanted to make sure that I've talked about everything. Colored pencils. Oh, I wanted to talk to, I saw, who was it?
oh, Martha wants to know the size of your wrist. I'll get that information to you.
The size of what?
Your wrist.
Oh, my wrist?
She's measuring you up.
Oh. They say that you should be able to touch. Mine.
I gotta squeeze a little bit.
Yeah.
Can I move to the other finger?
Yeah, I'm.
Which finger?
It just depends. This is one of the reasons I like bracelets of different sizes so that I can
Stack them.
Stack them.
We should measure her. Yeah, you need some for here.
I do. Yeah,
Further
we'll
up the
measure
arm.
farther up the arm.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot for down below, and so they asked me when they take your blood pressure before they do your eyes, right? And I said, no, because that thing that they put around your arm, it actually is physically hurts me. It hurts bad. I don't know why.
She has a real, like, because she doesn't like massages or anything. I think it's kind of
I
almost
have
a fibromyalgia type thing.
Maybe so. I don't know. And God
don't
knows
think
I'm
it's
not
that
going to
bad,
get that diagnosed and go there. I'll just take my...
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. So they have these little wrist ones now. And she says, well, you're probably going to have to take your bracelets off. I said, no, that's not going to happen. I said, I will take off this one because it comes off. I said, but some of these I don't ever take off. My sister gave them to me, and if I take them off, it actually will interfere with the integrity of the bracelet over time, and it will break. So these are on there. We're just going to work around this, okay? So I pulled some of them up and pushed some of them down, and they just look at me like, you know, they just want to smack the shit out of me.
Sugar.
But she worked with me.
It's Thursday.
But then, you know, we got to talking about it, and I was telling her about, you know, and she says, I notice you take a lot of herbs. And I said,
I think
well,
you got marked on your chart. It's one of those.
So then I said, but I have to tell you about one that's not on there that is really significant. It's called Mood Plus, and she wrote it down on a sticky note and put it on.
I want to know all of it.
Took it. No, she wanted to know for herself.
Oh, the probiotic.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Have you guys gotten yours?
It makes a difference.
It does.
It makes a huge difference. All right, enough of that. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, Anne says you can ask them to take your blood pressure on your forearm between your elbow and your wrist. I can't have mine taken on the upper arm either. There you go. All right.
Well, thank you, Anne. I just always feel like
Anne said so.
I told him, I said, you want to know what's going to happen here? My blood pressure is going to go through the ceiling because I'm anticipating how painful that's going to be when you put it on there. So it isn't going to be accurate anyway.
I'm agitated.
I'm agitated and angry.
Oh, yes. Yay.
What?
I see what you're showing next, I think. Well, or you moved your pile, so some other things
are coming in.
Yes. Look at this.
Look at this. Can you see it? Can you see
I'm
it?
going to zoom in. I'm zooming in. I gotta say, remind me later on that. There was an update on the camera and I didn't do it.
Oh, I did. But you didn't restart.
Oh, is that what it went? I don't know. It may not. I don't know what it wants. I'm not talking to it right now.
Okay.
Seems
I
like a bad idea.
tried to get that to happen, but obviously didn't push the right buttons. I've been known to do that.
I mean, I could turn it off and on, but...
Okay, this is Anthony Cody.
I will put the link in, guys.
Yes, please do, because I think that this is one of the, you saw, I'm pretty sure I showed them, right?
Hold on. All right, there we go.
This is maple, and look, isn't that wonderful? Oh.
Okay, let me get in. Now I'm going to go get Anthony's information to his Etsy store. And he did all of this custom, because I outlined his hand.
My hand.
And then she really likes the size of the speedball one, how wide it is at the bottom.
And this one is.
So, good stuff there. All right, here's Anthony's information, and then I'll get back to chat and talk to you guys.
Okay, and a really sweet letter.
Oh, it was. I was like, oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you very much, Cody, if you're watching. And if you watch this later, I love it. I appreciate it. And this is gonna be its maiden voyage today.
We got 2 Sherrys.
Oh, really? S-H-E?
We got 2 different spellings. We got an S-H-E-R-R-I-E, and then we have our Sherry that's been joining us from Black Dog Designs, which is S-H-A-R-Y.
Oh, all right.
Sherry and Cherry.
Sherry and Cherry. Okay, I really want to do something here with, because I got this out and I'm looking at this and I'm not feeling that. It's just too much, and I want to make this that's almost there, but I just feel like it crowds this and it overlaps that, and that's not what I want either. Okay. So I may just have to put this aside and think about, I've got that. You know, I do have a few of these things flying about hither and yon. But see, it just gets lost in the shuffle there.
Yeah.
And I think what was so cool about the one that Eva did was the contrast. And when we talk about that business with contrast, you all know how I feel.
Oh, yes, we are. Everybody knows our address. Carrie said, are you okay with people knowing your address?
Oh, heavens, yes. How do you think I get all these wonderful things? They know my address.
It hasn't gotten weird yet.
Yeah.
You know, maybe when it does, but I guess it's probably too late at that point, but that's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really overly.
Yeah. Don't be weird.
Yeah, I'm not going to be weird about that.
And don't send us weird things.
Okay, whoops, I didn't need to take that away because I do have a plan for, I wanted to talk about this. Okay, so this is going to be the trial version.
More collage today. But remember, we're getting back to the, I think she's going to get back to this. She's still feeling unsure. I'm
still feeling unsure. And I told Mariah, I said, well, it's not like that I couldn't make it work. But it's just going along so nicely that I hate to have to
hello, Evie.
White it all out and start over. Pardon me.
Yeah.
All right, so this is okay.
Laura would like to know if you use regular copy paper for roll-offs. Here lately, she's been using nicer paper because they look good.
Well, and here's the roll. This is a roll-off. This is a roll-off.
And I think that was nicer paper, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Absolutely. I just got tired of, using that craft paper because I love my craft paper, but it really isn't the very best for printing. And the roll-offs
were getting really good, and she wanted to collage with them.
And I've got, craft paper.
Dilemma.
It wasn't, that, but yeah, sort of, kind of. All right, I don't usually go with squares, but I kind of liked this. And I'm still thinking down here in this corner. Can you see that corner there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that corner is going to become a problem. So we're just going to take care of that right away.
Well, is it paint?
Pardon?
Is it paint or is it paper?
What?
The corner that you're going to be ripping off. Don't rip it off yet. Let's talk about this.
It's white.
Yes. Is it paint or is it paper?
I'm not really sure, but I'm thinking it's maybe paper.
Well, you want me to try to fix it with a little bit of spray, and then that way you can keep the size of your thing?
Well, I think that would be lovely if you were willing to do that.
Willing to do it. I have my sprays right here in this drawer.
This is 6 6/8 by 6 1/2.
All right, hand over.
So it's almost perfectly square.
And I know there was some, there have been requests about doing another spray video and things. I'm working on thinking about that. That's a good way to say. I'm working on that.
Yeah, we are.
Because I have to think about, who's going to sit over here and read the chat.
And we all know that that's not my métier.
We need a guest chat reader.
We do.
Anybody want to come visit? We have Izzy's room.
Yeah, and the bed's even unloaded.
Yeah, sort of. She's been in there again.
Oh, I haven't been in there lately.
Piling things.
Okay, I'm going to get this all.
Man, I need to go through. I think it's been a while since I've used some of the sprays, and they're locking up on me.
Locking up, they'll do that. Well, I'm going to show you this stencil while Mariah's futzing around over there.
Woohoo!
Ooh,
Woo!
Ooh, big save there. Okay.
It's Thursday.
Fiddle futzing.
Scared me.
Hey, could you give it a little bit more down here on this edge too?
Sure.
Gosh, that was great. You did such a good job the other side. Well, I thought it'd take her a lot longer to do that. I don't know why I doubted it.
No, I don't either. You should just stop doing that.
Should stop doing that. Okay, now I just did discuss what?
Yes, Mariah just had an anxiety attack. Just about. She saved it though, Ann. She saved it.
Oh, that's just lovely.
All right, I used 2 sprays of crazy mixes, so I don't know exactly, like, here.
It doesn't matter.
It was rando, whatever.
Really, just just nice.
This is Distressed Oxide, Abandoned Coral, but it's from the Re-Inkers. It's getting a little cloggy because I put it in a different thingy, but you know.
You know.
She's kind of like, you know, it's like her mistakes on art, and she's just going to keep repeating it.
Yeah.
So then it sounded more purposeful.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Good
Look
times.
at that naked brayer. Okay, now I, you know, really, honestly, isn't that interesting? Look at that.
Hi, Diane.
Grabbing onto that Chocola marker thing there.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. We kind of need that in this particular.
Yeah. For sure. Now, I think it's going to, hopefully, you know, we don't really know because where we need to be looking through is what we've got down.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that weird auto, like...
Here we go. Here we go.
Ours has been doing it, too. It's something with YouTube. I don't know.
I love how this feels on my hand because do you see how I have really wide hands here, but short, you know, kind of stubby fingers.
Mm-hmm. All right, what are we feeling about that? I think there's a lot of things on there. I don't know what's actually on the plate, what's on the other side of the plate.
Yeah, there is. It's just this over here, this little dark orange business here, I think, is on the back.
Okay. Like, because that's
Yeah.
probably going to cost some... Hey, I have more razor blades coming, because that last run of cleaning those things was like, we're getting more razor blades.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, good deal.
Now, that one over there isn't. That one's on the...
Ooh.
Oh, sorry. Did that make a terrible noise?
Mm.
Okay, now, I'm just going to let this set a bit so it can really, you know, develop a relationship between the paint.
Needs to get connected.
They need to hug on each other.
Mm-hmm.
And while that's happening, oh my gosh, where do I put that? I ran out of shelf.
Gala says the brayer is so naked, I feel I should avert my eyes.
I know, but it won't be for
The
long.
brayer.
Oh, the brayer.
But yeah, the Baron's also, you know.
Yeah, it's naked, doesn't have anything on it. Okay, let's pull this little jobber.
They need to get...
What?
Woo, this stream. Woo, woo, woo.
What?
Devin says they need to get intimate. Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be ready for other stuff to show up in the chat. I love this. Oh, this was the fan coral.
Yes, the one that got part of its branches pulled off.
Now, see, this was the whole thing that I was thinking about hash browns. But I didn't want another coral situation. Therefore, there was no hash browns that went with the breakfast. Because it really, like, that was my idea of how,
Well,
like,
it could be lettuce. It could be Van Gogh's cypress trees.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying that book. I'm learning a lot of the little details about his life that really, you know, everybody just focused on the fact that, you know, he cut off his ear.
Nutty and, yeah.
And that's really not, I mean, yeah, that's significant, but it's not like mucho
There was more to the
importante
man.
to me. There's more of the man in his ear.
So,
He
Here's
had
just one.
other important appendages.
I guess it depends on who you ask.
Well, and it's
Oh, God.
interesting. Okay, when Rachel joined us today, it was Rachel was the name of the woman that he was supposedly in love with, that he cut his ear off and gave it to her as a gift.
It's kind of like cats bringing in mice home.
Yeah. And I
I
think she kind of had the same
Kinda
reaction.
like, yeah,
It's like,
I'm good. Thanks.
dead mice are not my thing. And her name was Rachel. Well, come to find out, it was unusual because Rachel was at that time, in the late 1800s, usually reserved for someone in the Jewish community.
Ah.
And they kind of wondered about that because there wasn't a Jewish community that was really present in Arles at the time. So, finally found out, then Gabby was her name. And so that's where she is. Oh gosh, remember this? See, I left it alone.
She's been busy. Don't even. She's been running around going to doctor's appointments and things. Which it seems like you kind of need more outings, so that way you can leave this stuff for everybody to see. And then
I would like to have an outing and go to a wonderful,
like I said, if anybody wants to come visit,
secondhand store and look for
hello, Leanne.
I don't know, I just want to
Stuff.
look.
So that's my problem, is that I know she's not just gonna look, but as long as you go without any money, I'm very happy. Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe like send you with $10.
Oh, I can make that go along.
I know you can. I thought about 5.
Well, the other thing is since I am on television a lot these days, I need to add to my wardrobe because I'm really down to, I've been wearing the same things a lot.
Oh, you feel that way?
Yes, and I really think it's a much better plan to go to Goodwill and buy
I agree with that.
something used.
I think I'm totally on board with that. Let's go through the closets.
Oh God, there's always a but.
I didn't say but.
Well, I know,
I said,
but
I
it
like
was.
this idea. Let's take that further.
Hey,
Go through the closets.
Do you know how much I got rid of when I moved
I know.
to Alaska?
I know there's
This
a whole...
guy backed his pickup up, and I threw these clothes into his pickup.
That makes me a little sad because there was probably some things in there that I wanted.
Well, you know what? You had your chance.
You didn't let me look through the clothes and stuff. I don't think.
Well, it was offered. Certainly.
Anyway,
Offered.
I think that we should go through the closets because there's a bunch of stuff that probably, now that you've been here, and it's like, yeah, when am I wearing that? 'Cause...
Okay, universe, smile
Ooh, that
on
thing's
us.
stuck.
Man, I mean, I am really. This might explain some of my.
Exactly, Dice. She says she has a
Shoulder.
whole stuffed closet, but she wears the same things all the time to purge.
I don't. Right now, everything in my closet, there are 2 or 3 things, but they're things that I wear like, I don't want to get paint on my really
Right.
pretty.
You have a few
Rayon
outfits that's
shirt.
like, yeah, nice stuff in case we, go to a music program or,
A
Christmas
museum
thing
opening.
or something like that. Yes, I totally agree with that. But there's a whole closet over there that I know of things that none of us are wearing. I love this. This is a lovely print. Yes.
I think it is too. I'm quite satisfied with that. And it's a little bit, but I don't, it doesn't represent anything. Okay, I think we just, oh, here I have some little bitty pulls. Itty bitty ones. This little guy, isn't that cute?
Needless to say, we didn't do any Instagram polls either.
Look at that little stamp.
That's cute.
I think it is. It might just be just exactly what I need for something.
I like the shimmer to it. Do you remember what that was?
No, it was a whole bunch of layers of stuff that was on there that I just
Kind of built up.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking it was
Oh, Tamari.
my air conditioner is blowing off my rolled up.
Yeah, it would kind of roll.
Catching up.
It,
Yeah. Trying to get it to go the other way and sit on top. And you know that heavy paper, the what is it? Jack Richardson paper. It really does roll up a bit. And here's another little lovely gem.
yes, those have been sitting since Tuesday. Can you believe it? I know. She's been busy.
Look at that. And see, I could even fold that like that and that.
Oh,
Look.
you need to make me some more cards.
I know, and I saw Christy's beautiful cards, and I said, you know, Mariah keeps telling me I need some more cards, and I could cut this out and make this into a cute little card. And we'll just put that to side, and that's what will happen there. Okay.
That's Diane.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for the pulls. So, let's get going on something new. And remind me to check back in with...
Okay, well, where are your 3 little guys?
We're not going to do those yet. I have to wait and see how this works. On the one that I just did.
That's the tester guy. Okay.
That's the tester.
I should have remembered that.
Shouldn't have remembered that.
Mm-hmm.
I've still got them over here. They're here. Here's the sisters.
Yes.
Here's the sisters.
The thing is they just look so fabulous.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to take a chance, but we're going to approach this.
Hey, Kathy.
Oh, yeah, I put it over here. I was going to say, what did I do with that? And the problem is when you are printing to paint.
Paint to paint.
Paint to paint.
Yeah.
See?
You know, go. Nope.
It actually ended up pulling some paint.
It brought some things with it back onto the plate. There is an outline there.
Well, we're just going to try something else here real quick, like,
I think it's going to have to be a quick stamp kind of situation.
well, I can't put that wonderful glowy gold on there in that case.
Well, you already kind of have the glowy gold.
What's this? This is graphite. That's not going to work. That's going to be exactly the same
could
color
just draw
that's
it on there. Hey, Janet. Welcome.
Horrors. Did you hear what you said? You could just draw it on there.
Oh, I mean.
Okay, well, we need to up our contrast again anyway, so we'll just go
I
with
just
it.
want you guys to look at those. Whoa, that was a whole heck of a lot of that.
Yeah, and it was a whole heck of a lot of a little...
Oh. You can't use it.
I'm putting it back.
Maybe just see how that works later.
See, I have a nice little thing there, and wherever I put it,
It's gonna stick.
it's going to stick.
I keep finding ones that have melded with things.
I don't know. I'll put it on top of the pencil sharpener.
Oh, goodness. You can start decorating the pencil sharpener with them.
Hey, and I've been facing these things away from me when I close them to
Oh, good.
snap and get it all over me.
That's nice. You're so nice.
I have black freckles.
There's enough stuff blocking, I think.
Okay, I'm going to clean... Oh, no. I have a new thing of things on here.
You hadn't opened.
They're a little heavier than my other ones, and they're kind of falling off. And
Sagging.
yeah,
It happens.
The cord isn't. This tape is not. I'm going to have to get
She
some
got
more.
real angry with me when I tried to move that all around over there. She said everything had purpose.
Sometimes Mariah just doesn't realize it.
I didn't understand. Diane, Diane mentioned that maybe matte medium to transfer it. I don't know what her deal is against the. I don't know. I think she feels like it's cheating or something.
No, it's just. I mean, if you can find something more interesting than just clear.
She has a thing.
Yeah, I have a thing. Well, I think that's
mucho better.
it's mucho better anyway.
Now let's fingers crossed it comes off this time.
But we're going to give it adequate. I will not pull it
Yeah.
in this. I will save it for later. That's what Izzy says about her food that she doesn't
Can we
want to
save
eat.
that for later?
Can I save that for later, please? Oh, our poor little baby. I just don't know how
this week.
public education is going to work out or not.
Well, you better make some money so you can send your granddaughter to some private school.
I'll sell my stupid townhouse in Anchorage and support
Put
her.
that towards her
Yes.
early education.
Yes.
What?
It will be worth it. Van will think it is too. He absolutely adores
Well, there you
her.
go. I like this idea. I am for this. Let me know
And
what I can do to help.
the whole thing is, you know, I told her, I said, we're so fortunate that Izzy had such a wonderful preschool teacher. Oh my gosh, she loved Izzy. Izzy loved her. And I mean, even these couple of weeks, she hasn't complained about her teacher at all.
No.
I mean, she hasn't said anything, and I think, you know, that's good. But also, I don't get the sense that they're loving on my baby as much. I don't think they love her as much as we do, because I know that's not possible. But I just think there's little, I don't know. I'm probably, you know, she's...
Gretchen, I would love that, but we need Izzy to go to a place. It's just his homeschool. No. She wouldn't get a full rounded.
She wouldn't, and, you know, I'm just going to be totally honest. I am not that disciplined.
No.
If you're going to do the homeschooling thing, you have to be disciplined, and it becomes your end-all, be-all, because it takes over your life.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe that, you just, trust me.
Bye, Martha. Have fun at Zumba.
Yes. Okay, so I thought about what I wanted to use on this, to use this stencil.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is going to be the color. And I think it's so wonderful. And I'm really, you know, I don't know whether to use, because if I use this stencil, it's going to block out, and there's going to be a lot left of the turquoise underneath.
Yes.
I'm almost thinking maybe that would be a good thing.
Yes.
Because, here's the thing. If I decide it's not, and I want more...
Charmin says she homeschooled her daughter for 10 years, and it was a full-time job. Yeah.
It is a full-time job.
And we've got full-time jobs. And then we also just have
yeah, we
our
have
sanity.
this thing. Yeah. You know, you got to have...
a break.
A life. And she needs it as much as we do. She needs social... She craves socializing.
Oh, she does. She loves the other kids. I mean, that's half the reason she goes.
Yes.
And in fact, it's probably about 80%.
Okay. So I know that I've got options here, and I think that I'm going to exercise this.
Oh, and did I see a piece still stuck in there? I tried to, because I cut her a new one because I knew she wouldn't be able to find her full set.
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe I just saw it out of the corner of my eye like it was.
I
cut her a new set.
Well, I never had these.
You may not have.
I didn't. I have. And remember I cut mine up.
Yeah, that too.
I had these. Oh, it came out on the plate, Mariah. You were right.
Okay, I thought. I was like, oh, I think I need to clean that better.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. This is my plan, and you know how that changes.
I'm gonna put in the link. I forgot to.
I want, and I got to make sure that I get the right side down, because when you're first doing this, it's important to get that side down if you want a good contact. And I really like using this because I can get this all, and I don't have to futz about with it. And, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I am going to utilize some retarder here. Not a lot, but some.
I'm gonna call this a stackable set. That's not what we call it in there, but it is sitting Zia. Because remember, this is when we had Michelle, I think Michelle Mixed Media. I sent her some. And she got pretty darn close with using all 4 of the things to create registration. Because this is, like, if you really wanted to stack them up right, you could. And I think there could be some really cool things. We just sort of, I couldn't get P to sort of commit to really working at it, but she might now. Or we just kind of use them individually, and you see all the different advantages of having the different configurations.
I'm hoping that I can.
And I'm loving this Goldie business. Now, what is this?
What is this? This is the fluid acrylic with retarder.
Fantastic. Because otherwise it would, especially on this big plate.
I'm not going to have a lot of wiggle room if I don't use a little retarder there. Now I probably have more than I need here.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about getting enough on here because remember, we're going to be going through Stencil. And one of the things about the Yupo,
Especially new Yupo.
did you, yes, is it pulls up. It will pull up. And I should have something ready to slap that down onto, but
Nah.
I don't, and that's okay. Somebody had somebody mentioned that somebody had a bag in the in the elevator that said Yupo something.
Diane, we totally understand.
What?
She's late because she was babysitting her 4-year-old grandson. Her daughter's meeting was canceled. Yay! She just doesn't know what to do with that energy. Yes, that's part of the other reason that, like, we understand.
We do.
There's a lot of energy. And she's not allowed to use duct tape. Yeah, we also understand that.
I'm trying to not hit my edges here.
Ooh, Leanne finished her living room. She's about to move on to fixing up her craft room. Very exciting.
Oh, I don't know if you all saw that or not, and that's the other reason that I'm really concerned about.
Hey, Trish.
You know, by the time they get through removing all the books that offend everyone, I don't know for sure what they're going to have left. I mean, something's offensive to everyone, right?
I'm offended by certain things. But I'm just not going to then partake.
Hey, you know, it's the library. If you don't like it, don't check it out. You don't have to burn down the library just because you don't like the dadgum books that they've got.
True that. Oof. This is going to be interesting. All right, you need to focus.
I need to focus. I need to shut up. And I need to get this down on here.
Interesting day today. Interesting day.
Because I want to, okay, I'm handing you this, Mariah, so that you can get that off of there.
Oh, okay. Yes, good call.
And I am going to pull this with.
That's fun.
Because I think if I do this right, I can get some good wrinkling here.
Now, what's interesting is it doesn't seem as shimmery. And I think that's part of, like, when you mix in the retarder, I don't know why it loses its shimmer. And see, Anne, I don't think there's any way to just get it down there without wrinkles.
I wanted wrinkles.
Oh, you did. You purposefully.
I did because I can pull some cool stuff with the wrinkles. The gold wrinkles. Remember, the gold wrinkles are really cool. I don't know that my gold wrinkles are going to show up all that much.
Well, you'd be surprised. Sometimes.
Yeah, true that. Well, this looks cool.
This is pretty cool looking. Did you see the little texture-y?
I know, and see, I needed some places to get that off on.
Yeah.
Onto.
Well.
Onto.
Onto. Forward.
Yes.
Tally ho.
Yippee-ki-yay. Okay, get along, little doggies. Let's put this aside for a minute and let's talk about this on what we've got going on here. Okay, well, I think that was a good call. I really honestly think that was a good call on that, because this stuff in the middle is really, I think, very interesting. I don't know that I'm finished with this. I don't know if that's its orientation or if it goes like this. But anyway,
To be determined.
Yes, to be. The other thing is, because I used the retarder in there, that gold is still
That's going to be a little bit
wet. I just
and it's paint on paint. So
and it's paint on paint. So
many factors.
It will, but it does have a nice, even though it's not a bling bling, you do have a bit.
I think that was a good thing that happened with this particular one, because if it was too blingy, it was going to kind of cheapen it in a way.
Override all of the good stuff that's already in the background there.
Yeah.
And I may even want to knock that back just ever so slightly, and I have an idea for that.
Candy says it looks good. Need to noodle on the next steps while it niggles your mind.
Whoa! Just about lost my brayer in there.
And I don't know if you want to.
Didn't turn it.
Do you want to tap this off onto something else because it's still a little
bit wet?
Because that, yeah, you went a little heavy with your,
I did, didn't I?
yeah, your retarder. It's
I
working.
did.
It's very open.
Well, we'll just get a good piece of paper down here and put this baby down here.
Oh, and then brayer it.
See if I've got my brayer clean off enough that I'm not
Yeah.
mucky enough of my...
Oops. Did you slide or?
Hmm.
Okay. I don't know that this is going to do much of anything, but it was still sticky. Hello, Kathy. Got a crew of Kathys today.
No.
Okay, well that's a good thing.
It is, but here's what we can do. We can get that, some of that stuff to release if we use it with another real quick like. I mean, you know, what do we got to lose here?
Wow.
What do we got to lose? Let's use a
She
little.
was supposed to just kind of tease these today and then gonna do them on Sunday, but no, I'm happy that you're using them
Well,
because I
I
wanted
told
to.
you I didn't know where our
Yes.
conversation, where we were going today. We were going to be
None of us were.
serendipitous and allow it to evolve organically.
Oh, this should be the, yeah, I like the idea of what's happening here. And those of you that are coming in, welcome. Please do say hello in the chat if you haven't already, so we can say hello back. Give the thumbsy upsies on this stream. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. That is the best, freest way to support what we're doing. If you're interested in other things like our Arty perks and being able to save on stencils, you will see that Nightbot also dropped that link into the chat, and you can get note up on how to do all that there. Ooh, I love this. I love the Sydney Zia. Just it's
Okay,
pattern.
we're going to let that
Yeah,
dry.
she's excited about that. Did you see that
And
smile?
I think that that's got some wonderful. I do too, and you know, I kind of
Yes, Diane.
told Mariah, I said sometimes I forget how cool
Some of the things we've made.
we've made are, and I'm always just, you know,
So
going
we're
off
trying
with
to bring some of those back.
with something that's, you know, new and novel, and I forget how wonderful.
And I've got some things that I need to work on that Fran has given me. I do know that, Fran. And then I have a thing that I'm working on for Judy P. I'm working on that, Judy.
I just wish I could just scrape this off and make this
I know,
come
it's
off.
like it just...
It's just not happening, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it doesn't want to give it up. It likes
Doesn't want
it.
to give it up.
That the stencil says, I like this. This is my new skin.
And I'm just like, okay, if that's the way you feel, then that's what we're gonna go with. Okay, let's try something different here on my other sort of clean. Sort of clean.
Avert your eyes from the corners and edges.
But I mean, you know, I think it has some interesting stuff on there. I just don't know that, you know, a lot of times all the interesting stuff is right on the edge, and it's really not where you want your
No.
focus to be anyway. So we'll just dig in the drawer here and find the tape and clean this baby up before we sally forth with our
Oh,
new.
there's some probably out there watching going, oh no.
Well, once it starts coming in and building up as it, you know, towards the interior of the plate, then I think it becomes interesting. You should probably save that. But what happens here on these, what?
Oh no, she does that too. Diane says, P tries to keep the conversation intellectual, but it organically deteriorates. Yes. But I think we do a little bit of that here too. I just, you know, trying to keep us somewhat, keep it clean. I think that other thing is on the other side.
I think you're right.
You came at it twice.
Washing windows. Washing windows. No, this one isn't here. Sometimes you just got to wrestle that stuff off of there.
Uh-huh.
It's not wanting to go.
Oh, and I have an update. So we watched Kathy Arbor today, which was fantastic because she's doing her Akua ink stuff, and I was able to ask her lots of questions, which was fantastic. And I ordered you 2 other colors because she had this purple and she had Payne's Gray, which are colors that aren't easily made anyway. And I think since this is kind of the, you know, when we do it, it'll be the maiden voyage to kind of give you some things to play around with. I also have your speedball plate, which I had to order from Jerry's Artorama because they are not, well, they didn't have the 8x10 on Amazon. So I ordered everything from Jerry's Artorama.
Okay. I'm alright with that.
Yeah. Zia and Zed. We're going to name him Zed.
There we go.
Seems like a very good iguana name, doesn't it? Forgot you haven't used these either.
No.
Jeez. What have we been doing?
I don't know.
Archipenko.
Archipenko. We're just going to muss it about here and try some weird, strange color.
Oh, I know, Agme. That would be great.
What is it?
If they could post pictures in chat.
I know.
That would be great.
It really would, and it just, I don't know. I really think that would be a bang up wonderful thing that would happen.
Now, you can do that over in Facebook, I think.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Did it end up in the can?
It ended up in no man's land there between the jugs and the buttons.
Can I reach it?
No.
Okay. Hand that to me. I will put something over it.
Very good. We'll have to dig that out later.
Yeah. I guess I need some saran wrap over here or something. But... well, I don't know. Do you think the lid off for a little bit is okay?
I think it is.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of pooping out on me up there.
Yeah, it might get a little tricky to manage that, but yeah, I think that, you know.
What is it?
Being able to post the pictures in chat. You know, you just think about some of the people that, you know, show up and would use their abilities for evil, not good.
Oh. Well, it wouldn't be anybody that we know.
No. Yeah.
You notice how carefully I composed this.
Yes. Lots of thought. Oh, now that was a little bit of a surprise.
It looks really good with this gold.
Well, of course.
Gold and purple are good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting the
Igor the iguana.
okay.
I know, me too, Gayla. She tries not to use her powers for evil. Sometimes it's, you know.
Well, sometimes you just need to. Some people just need a good butt kicking every now and then. You know, just to get them all on the right page and whatnot.
Whatnot. Oh, here, I'll put I should probably put links to the lizards in there for you guys if you want to know where to find your lizards. Get your lizards.
Yes, baby.
I think, is that the big one? Or no, we only have them in the one size. That's
Yeah.
right. Because, yeah, we decided that
I wanted a
they
small,
weren't-
I asked for a smaller lizard, but my request was denied.
that is true. Let me tell you
Now.
guys why. Here in a second.
We're going to pull this with gold. This is going to be something that you would see on the side of a Sumerian tomb.
Tome.
Tomb.
Did you hear that, Brad?
Yeah! That's exciting stuff. All right, I want to do some more of that. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, well, we're going to move this down ever so slightly.
Oh, goodness. Carrie says sometimes a kick in the rubber parts is the solution.
And there's just no getting around it. Look at that.
Oh, very nice. This is kind of like a reverse shadow.
Yes. Put my,
Yeah, get that lizard in there.
I'm hoping to get a little bit of the lizard.
Oh, Sharman, thank you. By the way, so we're still waiting on the mats to show up, but they did ship. So that's what I'm waiting on that, because Sharman's the one who gets the Roswell tomatoes.
Oh.
Yeah, but we got a mat for it.
All right. Well, I'm tired of dealing with that.
Okay. Moving on.
Moving on. Moving on. You know, hopefully I'll still be able to preserve some of that there. I have plans.
I have plans for you. And your
And if
little
I can
dog
get-
Toto, too. your little lizard Zed.
My little lizard.
Oh, I have not. Thank you, Kath. Oh, actually, I did. I put that in Makers. It was a link list.
What is it?
Let me go over and find it, and I will put it into the chat, too. 1 second. Un momento. I shall be right back on that. Let's see.
I don't want to put him so far over that he's going off of the page. You know what I mean?
I do. Oh man, it was the first one that came up. I mean, that very rarely ever happens.
What is it?
When I search something in Facebook, I normally have to dig for a bit, even though like I've searched it or looked, you know, at my posts or, you know, whatever. Yeah. Some good stuff right there. Some fast searching.
Remember always to clean her nose.
There we go.
So that next time you won't have to fight with it. This thing is driving me crazy.
Leanne and Heather, it is very Stargatey. What you need? What are you?
Puffing about? I just needed more. Wanted it to purple out a little bit, but I don't want it to purple out as much as the purple out on that one.
Yeah.
Because that is like,
Oh, you need.
I need some of this. This is what I need.
Don't go crazy.
Crazy, she says.
Don't go crazy.
I think that it's setting up enough here that I'm going to have some nice layers here.
I mean, seriously, like one of the best sites I have ever. And please keep in mind that I come at this even from like a user, because we build websites. And so when a site is so well done that it's like, that just makes me so happy. And it was extremely user friendly. I got exactly where I wanted to. I love the sizing thing that they have going on. I mean, it's just
What are you
really
talking about?
the mat thing. Even you were really impressed with.
Oh, yeah.
And you can add frames and everything to it, which now they don't sell you glass. I mean, obviously because they ship, and that would be probably a complete nightmare making sure that I mean, I know some people do ship glass, but I get it. So you could actually get acrylic plates from them too, because they sell acrylic, like the plastic plexiglass. Words are hard.
Those words are-
Still there, Darcy? Oh, this is gonna be very cool. Even so, you did that shadowing, and you can still see.
You can still see some of the... Oh, that's fantastic. It's going to be beautiful.
He's like, "Are you here to get me?"
It's going to be beautiful.
He's heading to the Stargate. Good.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think so.
It's upside down.
Think so.
There we go. All's right in the world.
Well, we're certainly here to make sure that that works for you, Mariah.
Very appreciative of that. I'm also very impressed with your use of gold today. I mean, woohoo. This is gonna be cool. Hurry, hurry. Oh, it's crazy. That'll be cool. Terry has, could you please talk about the Artist of the Month post, as I thought it was pinned at the top of Makers and now you can't find it. Okay, yeah, sorry. And it is still there. Sometimes what I do is, like, especially on stream days, I move the stream one to the top. You can scroll through. It only shows like 2, but you can actually hit the little scroll button and there are other featured posts there. We should probably, is there a hashtag on it? I don't know, because Judy was handling all that. Judy might be able to answer those questions a little bit better than I have been. Did you put that upside down on purpose? Just to see if it,
So you can see it from your side, Mariah. It's right side up. Anyway, that shall be told at a later date.
But yes, those of you that are in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, if you are not, please come join us. Answer the questions.
I'm going to let that dry just to...
But we have a thing starting October 1st, but Judy has posted, and if you post your work of art... Now, ideally, remember, we're going to need, like, a kind of straight on. Not always my favorite thing, but, you know, unless you do it in an artfully kind of way, that it makes sense. But be aware of how you shoot the picture, because that's what's going to go, you know, in there. And then people need to go vote on it. Ultimately, I have say, though, because, you know, if it's not going to fit in there, I may actually ask you to take a different picture of it.
Don't be offended.
Don't be offended. It's more about, you know, placement, and that I want the header to look right, because this is the thing that people see. You're representing us.
Yeah, she's just kind of...
I'm a little particular.
OCD about that.
Particular about that.
Nice little gold layer.
Yes.
Hear the little balls in there?
Well, Colleen, it's more of like, so you can vote on more than one. You can put your smiley faces or whatever, but it just helps us kind of have an indication of, you know, what other people are kind of digging on. But I understand that. Who's this, Robert? Frilly. I think I missed something. Oh, and bye, Jody.
Just trying to work some of that turquoise into the
outline.
That's why I'm doing this. I didn't hear Violet's name today.
She was here earlier.
Oh. No,
I think she takes notes a lot.
I know she does. And she refers me back to it, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yes, I think one per person would be kind of nice. So then it's not a spam out kind of. Save them for the next month. That's all I'm saying. Yes.
Oh, I think that's a very interesting color.
Isn't that interesting? What's going on there? It did get thick. It's a little institutional, but saved by the fact that it has shimmer.
Institutional?
You know, kind of like the, army green, or, like hospital sort of. Wasn't the school?
I cannot believe that came out of your mouth. You just need to go to the bathroom and wash off your teeth.
You like that color.
I love this color. I look good in this color.
You do. But usually if it's a wall painted that, it's kind of... Or industrial. Let's go industrial.
Well, that has a little less of a negative connotation than institutional. I'm thinking about, insane asylums.
Well, I was just thinking, wasn't the elementary school painted that color at one point?
I had a desk that was this color. I really hated that I had to give that
metal
desk.
desk. I just remembered that it was a heavy booger.
Oh, listen, they moved it over from the junior high because the junior high science teacher said he didn't want it anymore. And Mr. Shelton came down and said, they're giving away, hey, check it out.
Nice.
They're giving away this, they're taking it to the dump. I said, what? And oh my God, you said the janitors, I had to buy them all lunch and drinks for, 6 months in order to get them to move that thing in, because it was massive, number one, but it was an old army desk.
Uh-huh.
And I always had this vision that I was going to strip it down to its nice aluminum finish.
Yeah, well, it had about 20 coats of paint on it, I think, didn't it?
Yeah, and it just kept chipping off. I loved it. It fit me perfectly.
Yeah, if P was a desk,
that would be me. Because it had chips and I, of course, by the time I got there, it had paint all over hither and yon, and I loved it because I didn't have to worry about, this one wonderful pristine piece of furniture that I couldn't do anything to.
And it didn't just, slide around.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to let that one dry. And we're going to come in.
Yeah, I'm sure that,
Okay, this is the one, this is Izzy's mucky muck here.
Yeah, we cleaned all those up.
I know, but she's hard on them. She's a very vigorous brayer. Brayer. Bless her little heart.
Diane said she had one of those desks. It was wonderful. She even moved it to another province with her. Well, but I wasn't paying for the move, so it went. So on it went.
Yeah, well, that was poundage is what they determined my move to Alaska. So yeah. All right, that's lovely. Let's put a little bit of shiny green with that, just for
shiggles and giggles.
Shiggles and giggles.
Mm-hmm. And some niggles, maybe.
Creating niggling doubt. I noticed that my copper bracelet is making my wrist kind of
green. It'll do that.
All right, I'm not over-brayering, Fran. I'm not over-brayering.
I think Fran headed out. You still here, Fran?
I'm going to get a little texture on my...
Oh.
What is this one called?
It's a frilled.
It's a frilled lizard.
Mm-hmm. Frilled neck lizard, I believe. Frilled neck. Yeah.
Is this during the mating?
Ah, there she is.
Is this during the mating season? He frills during the mating season?
I didn't read that much about him. This was a request from Julie Parker.
Well, Julie Parker, then you're responsible. You got to look it up and let us know about the frilled.
Leave it in the comments.
I was going to pull that with tissue paper, and I just thought it had the potential for being such a
good
one.
Maybe. You need to, yeah. Are you enjoying the new Baron?
I am. It just, you know,
It seems like it's kind of the best of your two that you had. It was like the melding.
of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got that little blue spot off there.
And there she came. Now it looks like it's kind of.
Yeah. Well,
Carrie says he thinks it's defensive. Yeah, like a
a defensive pose to make yourself look bigger.
like a cat, like hissing, you know.
But it could be to show off to the girls too. If it's a guy, usually they're the ones that.
Yeah, that makes
Sorry,
sense.
Carrie. That's rather
Yes, it was
gender specific.
particular. Yes. Love that you're trying to be PC about the fact that you weren't. That's great. You know,
You know,
it's Thursday.
all day
We're doing the best we can.
with what we got. Let's heat this baby up.
Wasn't that a little bit of what we were talking about earlier? This is the best I got. This is the best we can do right now. But we promise we are getting better. We're working towards it. We have.
Have plans.
Right. We're not just settling. We hope you guys aren't either. Jeez.
You're just digging it
I know.
deeper. Yeah.
You started it. I came in. I'm like, here, let me help you out with that.
Alrighty, we got a hot lizard there, baby.
We do. It's a little murdery. It's definitely.
It's a very hot day in the desert.
It is.
He's getting ready. He's already lifting up one leg. You know how those ones will say,
Yeah.
that's their adaptive device. And remember, we got some mucky muck on here. Let's just whip this sucker upside down.
Yeah.
Now, see, this is what I mean about the size of these things. It's awfully easy to.
I will try to. The thing is, we can't make the iguana any smaller, because then his
Well, what about old
things.
Frilly here?
I think I can make that one smaller. He's conducive to becoming smaller.
There you go. That's all I ask.
And I think probably the horned lizard, I can maybe make him somewhat smaller.
Because it's just, you're really limited on the place that you can use them on.
I know, but most of our people, I think, have. What do you guys think? Smaller lizards?
I want some smaller lizards.
They aren't going to have the detail. Like, if we rework them to make them smaller, they aren't going to have some of the details that they have because they go away. Otherwise, it looks weird.
Well, we
'cause
can.
it's too open.
It will be okay.
Yeah. Yes, Diane. We have that. We even. Izzy says, "Don't look at me like that, mommy." It makes me. What does she say? It makes me worried, or yeah. I'm like, you're supposed to. Then you're understanding the look that
I used to
I ain't happy.
practice yelling with my eyes.
So that's the lizard stance. It's the version of the. It's a cricket. We cut him on the cricket.
Well, I think if we pull that with the right color, it shall be absolutely stunning.
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 Yeah, the eyebrows are the parents' version of a frill. You know, P has some great. She can do some great eyebrow things. I'm less skilled in the eyebrow.
Izzy does eyebrows. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, hers are hilarious. She can side eye pretty good.
She'll tell me, Gigi, don't look at me like that.
Bad.
I said, well, how am I looking at you? You're being mean. I said, you're getting the message.
Yeah.
You're getting the message there, sweetheart. Man, we are just humming along on these good imprints today. No, I mean, you know, that's not like, wow.
But it could be. It could be a
could
nice
be.
little shadow thing happening.
It could be. Well, anyway, let's get back to something else. We've got.
It doesn't seem to be, Diane. I mean, it's funny because all of our machines cut differently. And so we find that very interesting because we have 2 makers and 2 Explore Air 2s.
See, I would like my lizard
They
to
all
fit
cut
on here.
differently.
And he's not even fitting on here, Mariah, with... And because, well, because then he's
Oh.
like going away.
Oh, I get. Okay, I understand what you mean about.
All I
Yeah.
need is I need like an inch
Shrink
and a
him
half,
an
2
inch.
inches. Shrink him 2 inches. And
I bet we could do that.
I don't expect you to do, you know, like...
I bet we could do that.
Now, God dang it, I need them and I don't know where they are. I don't have them. Flowers, seahorses, mammals,
Yeah.
orbs.
Curve the tail.
What are these things called? Sydneysia. Ha, ha, ha. I got it here. Because I've already got some of them torn apart. There's no sense in
That's
tearing.
the other reason, like I said, I made her new ones because I wasn't sure A, the condition, B, if she could find them, and if she did find them, you know, yeah.
I'm not finding them. I lied. This is portcullis. Well, the Sydneysia was right next. Okay, here. I pulled the wrong file. Ha!
What about curling his tail? So keeping him the same size, but
Oh,
curling
but just turning that tail around down there.
Uh-huh.
That might work too. Well, of course, these bad boys are all stuck together. And stuck to a really cool...
Or, yeah, you could just lop his tail off and just tell people it's back behind him. That'd save us all some time. And I'm sure there are plenty of iguanas running around that actually have their tails.
They regrow them.
Do the iguanas?
Well, I think so. All lizards do.
I don't think that's an all lizard thing.
Appendages.
I don't think that's an all lizard thing.
I think it is. Y'all help me out here.
Yeah. Acquiring minds. Do you want to... Hey, Kathy Arbor. We were talking about you a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Very much enjoyed, and thank you for answering all my crazy questions and whatnot.
Okay, I don't want that part.
Oh, Diane says he'll grow another one. Huh.
Well, I would really like for mine not to grow another one, okay? And I don't know what's the puzzle doing in here.
We could sell a set that has, you know, like different tails. You want it curl, nubby. A new one's coming. A wraparound. Oh, and then Heather would like one with wings, so we could have some wings that you could attach if you want. Or
Oh,
here,
that
there's
would
his
be
wings
good.
right. There's his wings right there. Can you have those wings coming out of there?
No, it's the background. I'm encasing my lizard.
It's kind of like alien rocks.
Sorry, this is
He's using his mind skills to float those.
because if I start ripping at them, you know what happens.
Yeah, it's a careful process. You could, yes, we could use the butterfly or the dragonfly wings.
I quite like that. Yeah, and here's the little one. I love this one too, and I remember.
Yes, actually, these are the original. The Sydney pinwheels came afterwards because Fran was the one who kind of was the inspiration. Actually, she is the inspiration. She was the builder of the original pinwheel. Now, Brad did a little altering on it. I don't know if he used the same amount of whatever's, or I don't know. But Fran was the original builder of the pinwheel from these pieces. And then we put that set in there as well. I'll put that link.
All right, ladies and gents.
Oh, after I left, she discovered that the pan pastels work great on the print. Like, so after you pulled it?
Oh, was this on the?
For the Akua inks, yeah. Like, with the ink. Yeah, I need to know. Well, I'll go back and watch, but, you know, since you're here, Kathy. Since you mentioned. I'm gonna ask you more questions. What am I looking for? Oh yes, pinwheel.
Wipe their nose.
Wipe the nose. Keep it clean, ladies and gentlemen.
Because it will,
And germs, ladies and
it
germs.
will be good in the future.
Ooh. Do you think you'd be able to do that again?
Probably not.
That's beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
I think you should
Damn
pull,
it.
I think you should pull that with the just like Titan Buff or also she cut these apart. So these are the masks. I forget sometimes when I need to let everybody know that what they're looking for.
They don't come separately. You have to fix them.
It is
that
up
way.
to you if you want to, you know, cut your masks in half. I'm very excited about this.
I'm going to use gold.
I tell you, I don't know who this person is, but I like her.
Gold.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just getting all my lizards are getting intermingled with Zia.
Yeah. And keep them separated, otherwise you'll have to pick them apart again. And they do become more and more difficult because the paint becomes more and more sticky.
I need to put them all between deli paper.
Yes.
Don't be afraid of getting too much out here. You don't want it to suddenly decide halfway through your brayering process that it's going south.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Fran. Yeah, totally world record for using gold in a stream. Mm-hmm. Or a PM record. I'm sure there's other people that use it a lot more than me. I'll call this the gold stream. Oh, that sounds a little weird though. We'll work
Sounds
on that
like one of those
Yeah. That could,
vehicles that you camp out in.
hey, that wasn't where I was going with it, but that's a better. Oh, that's been an interesting one today for sure.
Woo!
Love it.
It's gonna be splendid.
Mm-hmm.
Splendid.
Charmin had a 3-foot iguana. He was interesting.
Face it away from you. Snap.
Oh, look at that brayer. Oh, shiny. I told P the other day that the iridescent bronze from Golden is like the best. It's the most awesome shiny because it's not so like bling bling, but it has a great shine to it.
It shimmers, it don't shine.
Yeah,
And it looks so good with that
it really does.
green.
Well, and it made that look really more green than what it did before. Oh, I think you should go with the PBO limey green.
I think you're right.
Dang.
You're just channeling me really well today.
Guess or you're channeling me. Sure, I'm channeling you.
There you go. You need to be.
Win-win. I'm looking now. Goodness. Quite the... Oh. Those claws are going to get tricky. We might have to do like what we did with the... What we had to do with the lizards. But yeah.
Cute little bugger.
Deb says, ooh, he's a 1960s critter in those colors. Yes.
All right, now we have to think.
Oh yes, Candy. Patty Tolly Parrish does that with a lot. Like she'll do these big spray things with inks and all this stuff, and then she sets it aside on trash bags, which cracks me up. But yes, if you put it in a spray bottle, and I have some. The thing is that it did kind of like the ones with like the mica in it. It does clog up, so you want to clean out your sprayer, because I think that's what happened to mine. But I was also using these older sprayers, which already were having some issues anyway. But yes, it's very cool. I can show you the bottle and show you what it does and how it separates. Let me find it. And sometimes it ends up over in the turquoise, because that's what it looks like.
Try to keep some of that kind of dark down at the bottom. I think it looks really cool. And I'm using, I cut up some of the Jack Richardson printing paper.
I used to have all my sprays on the little turny round things over here. But then I got kicked off.
Oh, I don't know if I love that or not.
Oh, you kind of lost him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you pull it, maybe pull it now.
No, because I'll lose my underneath thing. I need to wait. Then, and if I go over it again, I go over it. I lay it in exactly the same spot and use a really dark.
Yes.
I should have used my dark mixture. You knew that.
You knew that. I was looking for spray and yeah.
Futzing around in your drawer over there.
Around in my drawer.
Okay, now we're going to have the same issue here.
See? So this is the iridescent bronze mixed with water and spray bottle. And that does that. And it really is fantastic when it does spray, but mine is clogged. So, I dug around for 2 minutes looking for that. It's great information.
Everyone's really waiting with bated breath.
Are you guys like holding your breath on that one?
Okay, all right. So here's the problem. This is it's lighter than it is darker. But if I go over this with a dark color, I'm afraid I'm going to lose everything.
I'm voting orange. And like the Pebeo.
Okay, well, I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay.
But I'm thinking maybe this.
Oh, I do. I save all of them.
Save what?
The balls in the sprayers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably not going to be my final layer.
Oh, good call, Candy. Or, oh, that was Leanne. Sorry. She says yellow. Question mark. That's the color of your shirt.
Very fond of this color.
Oh, Carrie said you should have used a transparent glaze to intensify the outline color.
Well, I was hoping this was going to be kind of transparent. It is a little bit. It's semi.
She's making things up. Maybe.
I'm not making things up. It's right here. Look.
Does it say so?
Semi.
Oh, it is. Okay. I thought you had grabbed that one.
Well,
that
this
one
one's
isn't.
totally transparent. See?
Which one is the one that is like yellow?
I don't know where it is.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and
I do.
It is.
It's completely black.
Yeah, it's opaque. Yeah.
That's not it either. Well, I don't know what I'm worried about. I'm not going to pull this right now anyway.
Okay. Can we get a little looky-loo?
Yeah.
That's not too shabby.
He's a cute little guy.
He is.
Okay. What? Oh, there we go. Couldn't find a place.
Mm-hmm. You got 5 minutes.
I've got 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, here we go again with another kind of...
Well, maybe we do what Carrie kind of suggests.
He says, what? A dark?
Use a transparent glaze to intensify the outline.
Maybe in this purple?
Yeah. I like that idea.
We'll see. Nothing ventured.
Francis Dead Spaniard. I think that was kind of the color of the more institutional, like, or industrial. Sorry.
Well, this is just really...
Yeah, what's going on with your sprayer there?
I don't know. Maybe I needed to... It's just going crazy.
It is.
I think I'm not going to pull anything with this. I'm just going to leave it like this and try to get something else going here. Maybe need to shake that paint up a little better.
Yeah, it's weird how it's kind of... It was like it was heavy there at the bottom, and even though you're brewing it, it's...
And it's crazy like crazy.
Crazy like crazy. There you go. That's something. I think you needed to shake it up better. Some weird things were happening.
Weird things were happening.
Uh-huh.
He may be an aquatic lizard. Okay, well, I think we've just about got everything on here. Oh. We need to get this color. Oh, I don't know if we can or not.
Yes? No?
No, it's sticky. It's not coming off. But I'm not taking a chance because I think this is so wonderful.
Yeah, leave that be. And it's kind of interesting, the little bubbly things going on
underneath. It worked underneath the stencils.
Uh-huh.
Because it was stencil on paint. Not stencil on
yes,
naked
yes.
clay. Wasn't sticking all that. Well.
Gotcha, gotcha.
All right, well, I think that's about it. Leave all of these guys out here so that they can dry properly before I start.
You didn't use the toad, did you?
I did use him the other day.
Well, yeah.
I didn't use him today, no.
I love the iridescent business you got going on with the iguana, though.
Isn't that wonderful?
His poor tail. We'll have to work on that. We'll make a different, maybe a smaller set with a curved tail or a something. I don't know.
I just think if it comes around here that that's going to be more better.
Uh-huh.
He's just too big.
He needs a tail adjustment.
He does. He do.
Okay, guys. Woo, this was quite the Thursday thoughts and Thursday whatnots. Good fun, though, by all, I believe. So on Sunday, what will we be doing Sunday? Maybe you will finally stick down the 3. Because
Assist us.
Now we know. Did you pull that one?
Oh, I didn't.
Is he ready?
Well, I would think so. We did that the very first thing, didn't we?
Well, yeah, but then you had to come at it again.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm willing to, I mean, you know.
Give it a go.
What the heck?
He's the tester pawn. That's the ticket. Oh, I love that.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Very. A good save. Very good save. Okay.
Okay, well, the thing is, you just need to leave it on there a long time.
Yes.
So maybe I'll just go ahead and get it down on there, and then we can pull it.
On Sunday, that would be awesome. Because you guys know the process.
Yeah, and plus I want to work on it with colored pencils. And what I'd like to also do is come in and do some brush work with the Fine Text.
Oh, yes, that will be fun.
I haven't done that for a while, and I'm thinking that that's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I may want to do that with this. Hit it, come in here, and these places where you don't have a lot of contrast,
Just
hit
create
it
a
with
little
just
highlight.
a tiny bit of the same color, but in the shiny stuff.
Maybe, yes, I'll go with just like a gold, the golden, yes. Yes, all things come out gold or something like that. All right, well, stay tuned. We'll figure out what this stream will be called. Come back, leave some comments. We'd love to know, especially if you're watching the replay, because that's the only way that you can kind of leave us information at this point in time, because we are calling this the end, as Shannon Green says. This is the end. So come back, see us on Sunday, and we'll get more of that Archipenko thing done, and who knows what else will come up in between.
Yeah, well, who else knows what's going to arrive in the mail? Because we're expecting
Things, yes. Indeed.
expecting plates,
Foam,
foam,
you know,
paint.
paint. All right, guys.
Bye.